What is up, guys? We are live. Zach Ginn here. We are excited today. We're going to be talking about all about real estate wholesaling, aka flipping paper in wholesaling real estate. I'm excited, guys. I am jacked up. I'm ready to go because in this video, I'm going to show you how to make tens of thousands of dollars every single month in wholesaling real estate. I'm pumped up, guys. We are talking about flipping paper on real estate contracts today. How to make 100K flipping paper on real estate contracts, how to make 10K a month. If you guys even want to make $1 million in wholesaling real estate, I'm excited to share it. I'm excited to pump the people up and really break down to everybody how to get going in wholesaling. So guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, please do me one big favor and smash that like button and subscribe if you want to learn wholesaling. I'm pumped up, guys. Like, this is the time for you to learn wholesaling real estate. This is the time to get it going. So without further ado, I'm jacked up to get it going. I know everyone's jacked up for this one today. So let's get some music going. Let's get it pumped up and let's get it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Gotta wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
What's up, guys? We are back, guys. We are jacked up. We're ready to go about wholesaling, guys. Let's team up. Let's talk about wholesaling real estate from start to finish. Guys, I'm excited. Scott says, what's up? What's up, Tila? Let's get those deals. I'm ready. Juanero's ready for the song. He knows what's up. He knows exactly how to get it going, guys. Smash that like button, guys. Hit that like button. You see that like button right here? Hit that like button. I'm pumped up to teach you guys wholesaling today and get it going, guys, because I don't think I talk about it enough, but I really want to break it down today. How to start flipping paper on real estate contracts. Not a lot of people talk about it, and I feel like it's something that we need to talk about in wholesaling. So let's get it going. So let's pop it up and see what we can do. What is up, Michael? What is up, everyone hopping on today? So that's kind of the point today. It's like, how to make $100 into $100,000 today flipping paper. That's kind of the point of today's show. That's kind of the point of why we're talking about everything today is how are we going to turn $100 into $100,000 flipping paper. I know a lot of people know the term wholesaling real estate. For everyone brand new, I know a lot of people have been calling wholesaling this. So I really wanted to talk about it and break it down today. So let's kind of get in the nitty gritty today and break down exactly how to start wholesaling real estate brand new. If you're brand new in this business, we can get it going. I'm pumped up. I'm jacked up. So guys, without further ado, let's get it. Smash that like button and subscribe and let's get into it. So first off is like flipping real estate contracts 101. That's the biggest thing we have to understand when we're starting out. How are we going to make 10K a month flipping these real estate deals, this paper on this real estate deal? Like, how are we going to start doing this starting out? And the first thing is, what is flipping a real estate contract? Like, what is it 101? What is flipping real estate contracts? So the number one thing we got to understand is flipping real estate contracts, aka wholesaling real estate, is the process of finding someone who wants to sell their distressed or like ugly house and signing an agreement to buy that property. And then we're selling that paper, the contract we got on there, for a profit. Usually make $10,000, $20,000 on it. So it's very interesting the way you can do it, and not a lot of people understand it starting out, but once you kind of get a hold of it, it's a great little side hustle. And for me, it's a full-time business. And I make 7 figures in real estate wholesaling doing this. And it is something I 100% recommend everyone to start doing. It's definitely one that changed my life, and I'm excited to teach it to you guys. So we flip this paper to landlords or house flippers. That's who we're really selling a lot of these deals to. So let's kind of break it. So why do I love wholesaling real estate so much? So I love wholesaling real estate because you don't need a college degree. You don't need to even have a high school diploma to get going in wholesaling real estate. That is sort of the point here. There's no discrimination in wholesaling. Unlike being a realtor, and I know all of my realtors here watching are, they're going to get very mad at me for saying this, but here's the honest truth. Wholesaling real estate investing in general really doesn't discriminate. You know who discriminates? Realtors. If you got arrested, you can't be a realtor. For a lot of people, that you can't do anything, and then that's discrimination there. If you're not a certain age, you can't be a realtor, and that's a big issue. I think age discrimination is a thing too. Not really on the older side for being a realtor, but honestly, if you're too young, they won't let you. And I know a lot of people that need to get out of bad situations in life, and they want to start making money. So that's the cool part. Like when I started real estate wholesaling, I was 17 years old. That's awesome. Realtors, I could have never done that. Also, one of my favorite parts about wholesaling real estate is you can make a realtor salary, or like a realtor's yearly income, or a house flipper's yearly income in 1 month if you can wholesale real estate the right way. I think that's one of the coolest parts about it. Another really cool part about wholesaling real estate is it's 100% legal. I think that's one of the coolest parts about it is it's a 100% legal thing. And in most states, you can, like, there's no issue. Oklahoma, there's some issues with it. You have to be licensed in Oklahoma. The city of Philadelphia is sort of like that in Illinois. But there's ways around it we can kind of talk about a little bit more today. And I always love talking about that too. So what is the biggest risk? So the biggest risk in wholesaling real estate is your time. Your time is going to be the biggest risk you spend in wholesaling real estate. The coolest part about wholesaling is there's no money at all needed. That's one of my favorite parts about wholesaling is there's no money you need at all. You don't need no degree. You don't need no crazy schooling. My favorite part about this is the only risk is your time. And again, everyone knows this. That is your most valuable asset in wholesaling is your time. So the risk is like barely there. You see the bottom right-hand corner, we got freewholesaling.com. I love teaching real estate. I truly believe I'm the only wholesaling real estate coach or real estate mentor per se that teaches this business absolutely for free. Like there's no mastermind. There's no sales gimmicks. There's no funnels to sell you something like a course or a mentorship education product program. I do this all for free, guys. That's the honest truth. I teach this business for free. I do it because I love this business. This business changed my life when I started out. Guys, without wholesaling, I'd probably be a bag boy still, okay? So I want to give back to the community. I give it all for free, and that is literally all I do for wholesaling real estate. I give it all for free. So that's why I just want to give you a heads up. Everyone's going to think, oh, freewholesaling.com, that website, that's the website where I'm going to funnel you for a $5,000 coaching program. I know you guys are trained in your brains to think that you're going to get a $5,000 course at the end of this thing that we're just going to try to slam. Guys, I tell you, there's no course, okay? That's it. So let's kind of break it down more. So who am I? My face is upside down here. I don't know why. I just checked it before, but whatever. So who am I, guys? Basically, my name's Zach Ginn. I'm a 21-year-old real estate wholesaler, house flipper, creative finance guy, real estate investor out of Port Saint Lucie, Florida. Me and Rick, my dad, we basically run a 7-figure wholesaling operation in Port St. Lucie. Rick's kind of not retired, but I run the operations. That's the thing. I'm in the nitty gritty every day. You see, I'm the one to check stuff. We're partners on the deals, but we just run a 7-figure wholesaling operations. We got our rental properties, our creative financing deals. They're all in there, guys. Also, guys, thanks in the comments for just showing the love. I really appreciate it. So I appreciate everyone on here too, on the live, just sharing the love and support. Thank you so much. Hit that like button and follow and subscribe. I appreciate it. So a little bit about me. I know this picture is upside down. I can basically give it like this. So basically, I started real estate wholesaling at the age of 17. I had $300 in my bank account, and I basically spent it all on those "We Buy Ugly Houses" signs. That's really how I started. We buy ugly houses. That's basically all I did. I buy houses cash. That's how I started out. And eventually, I don't want to give you the whole story because in freewholesaling.com, I have that full hour synopsis of my entire story if you guys want that. But we're trying to get to the point today. But I started basically at 17 years old, and I started sticking bandit signs out. I was a bag boy. I hated my job. I was literally scrubbing toilets at nights. They were working me till 2 a.m. A 17-year-old kid shouldn't be working 50, 60 hours a week as a bag boy. I don't get the thing in trouble. The bag boy company I worked for. I don't want everyone knows I'm in Florida, so you can basically make a decision on that. But what I can tell you in wholesaling real estate, like the number one thing you have to understand in this business is it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It's about your determination. I was so determined to quit my job that I spent all of my time learning this business, starting out and doing it. And I stuck banner signs out. Long story short, I got my first deal. I was actually in my high school class, and I got kicked out to answer the call from the sign, and I met the person, made $20,000 my first deal at 17 years old. Changed my life forever. By the time I graduated high school, made about 100,000, and now 22 years old, 5 years later. I love people that think I'm a fraud. I get DMs like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You just started this business." Guys, I've been doing this for 5 years straight, and I've only come on the social media scene, teaching my stuff for free for about a year and a half now. So for 3.5 years, I didn't post one thing on social media. I was grinding and grinding until I got a 7-figure business where I can basically delegate it, have VAs, people working for me, until I can actually teach this stuff for free. Like, guys, it's 5:00 on a Wednesday. I should be working right now, theoretically, on appointments. But guess what happens? I have employees who do that for me, so I'm able to teach this for free. Guys, this is like a hobby for me. Everyone knows I have fun doing this. I have fun creating videos. I have fun live streaming, guys. You guys are my community. I absolutely love this stuff. It's a great networking opportunity for me, guys. I make a ton of money JVing with you guys on these deals. So I'm not doing like I make money doing this, but like I don't make money selling products. I make money actually doing deals with you. So, call me the guru that's JVing with you and making you money. I'm the only YouTuber, TikToker, Instagram guy that makes you money. I'm the only one that gives you money for watching me. Okay. I'm the only person that does that. Okay. So maybe one person or two might, but I'm just telling you right now, we're here to break it down. So that's how we started, guys. Hopefully my story pumped you up. I'm telling you, I'm not going to sell you a course. You guys see mostly people just selling you courses on here. I'm here to do it for free. A lot of people, they want to know my story and stuff, guys. Just go to freewholesaling.com. And I appreciate all the love and support I'm getting in the comments, guys. It means the world to me. But let's get into it. So let's go with step one in wholesaling real estate. Okay. Step one in wholesaling real estate is pulling a list. Okay. That is number one. To get a real estate wholesaling deal, to flip paper, we have to find a list. We have to find people who want to sell the property for cash. Okay. That is number one. And how do we find someone who wants to sell the property for cash? Like I said before, we're in the process of wholesaling real estate, aka flipping paper. What's the process really quick? Let me just say really quick. Guys, I find someone who wants to sell their ugly house. I put that property under contract. I write a piece of paper for me agreeing to purchase their property. That is what I do. I agree to purchase their property. Once I agree to purchase the property, we basically have a piece of paper. We sign it. I agree to buy the property for cash, right? That's what I do. And then I find a landlord, house flipper, wherever. And then someone is looking to buy a discounted property for cash, because these buyers, these house flippers, these landlords are used to buying properties with realtors on the MLS. I've already dissed realtors today because the NAR, National Association of Realtors, has a monopoly, and then they discriminate against people's ages, everything. So everyone's just, it drives me crazy that people do this sometimes, but that is the honest truth on this business. So they're used to buying properties for 100% market value. I'll sell them to them for 80, 85% market value. They go crazy when I give them these deals. It's a win-win-win. The seller's happy. The buyer's happy. I'm definitely happy making money on this deal. So I love this stuff. Guys, I live and breathe this business. This is my favorite thing, business-wise, I think I ever do, guys. I own other companies. I do a lot of investments, passive income, all this fun stuff. But this is the thing that gets me most excited in the morning, guys. This is why I do so much. That's why I try to give as much value as I can, guys. This business has absolutely, I want to get you pumped up before we get into it, guys, because I'm jacked up, man. Wholesaling has changed my life. I live, breathe, eat, poop this stuff, okay? I can tell you right now, this is my life, man. Wholesaling real estate. I love it, guys. If you guys don't feel the energy here about how I know I can change some people's lives watching this stuff, this is why I post more than every single guru out there. This is why I provide as much value as I can. That's why I go 2 hours live a day, because I love this stuff, okay? So this is the time to change your life, okay? Make the decision, do it now, and let's get it going. So let's talk to you guys, and how do we find a list? How do we find these motivated sellers? How do we get this deal done? How do we find these cash buyers, and how do we do all this? So let's go step one, pulling a list. So what are the best lists for wholesaling real estate? And this is very similar, SMS video I did similar, but it's kind of tweaked a little. So let me get my face out of there. So the best list for wholesaling real estate, number one, I can tell you is listrei.com lists. These are paid lists. If you're brand new in this business, I would skip that one. So let's go over the free one first, and then we'll go over the ones you might have to pay for. So my favorite lists are government lists. These are lists you get straight from the government. I love government lists. They're free. You get them from the government. They have to provide them for you for free, and they're amazing. So probably one of my second favorite, most practical government list or free list you can get in wholesaling real estate right now is code violations. I think code violations are probably one of the best government lists to be doing. Everyone kind of pulls them, but I think for a lot of people, if you start like pulling the code violations list, they're pretty easy to get and you can get plenty of them. How do you pull code violation lists? You basically go to your local county's code enforcement department. Your local county's code enforcement department is the place where you can go out there and pull the list. So it'd be your city or your county. Let's say you live in Houston, Texas. The way to pull this list in Houston, Texas, go to the Harris County Code Enforcement Department, pull that list, ask the Harris County Code Enforcement Department, then you go to the City of Houston Code Violations, and you ask them, hey, Harris County Code Enforcement Department, I would like to pull all open code violations. My favorite code violations are the tall grass one. This is the one that I love talking about. That is what I do, and that's how we get it going. So government list, number one is code violation. Number two would be your city's water shutoff list. Water shutoffs are probably one of my favorite ones to do. Some markets you absolutely can't do it, so sometimes it's an issue doing like there. But overall, I would say water shutoffs are a great list to do. How do you pull the water shutoff list? You basically go to your city's utility department and you ask them, and make sure it's a public company. If it's a privately held company, it's probably not going to be the best results. So watch out there. Excuse the dog in the other room, but he's just having a good time. I think he sees a mailman. So excuse me, guys. I'm not a guru. I don't have a $500,000 studio. Guys, I have employees who do all the work for me. And I'll get in the debate if you need an office for wholesaling real estate, because you honestly don't. But also, I get to write everything off of here on my business. But so water shutoffs, utility department, ask for all the water shutoffs. I kind of said this before. I kind of posted some videos on here. I think you guys have seen that. But guys, if you don't have running water in your house, like it's very hard to live in there. You probably just want to get rid of the thing. Liens are another good one. These are tax liens, people behind on their taxes. What I can tell you is lien lists are really good. They're out there. Everyone knows lien lists are out there, but they're severely, I think they're absolutely severely underrated right now. Your tax liens. Child support liens is another one. I'm in Florida, so a lot of child support liens are really tough for wholesaling. They'll slap an insane $300,000 child support lien on there. So you gotta be careful. If I'm in Texas, it's probably a better one than Florida. Next one is fire damage properties. Guys, I'm going very deep in the weeds right here on fire damage properties and free leads, because I think pulling the list is probably one of the most important parts. I can tell you right now, marketing for wholesaling real estate, this business is a marketing business. This isn't I'm going to buy properties and I'm going to invest in real estate and I'm going to go flip houses. Guys, this is a marketing business first and foremost, okay? We're flipping contracts. The marketing is the most important part. The hardest part of wholesaling real estate is finding contracts, okay? That's something I tell you right now. Finding contracts is going to be the most important part that we can do right now. So that's what I can tell you right now. So fire damage properties, all you got to do is go around your local county's fire houses and ask for the fire damage property list. It's out there, guys. If you having any issue with this, what I can tell you is some places won't let you. The more you keep asking, if they say no, keep asking, because that means other real estate wholesalers in your area aren't getting this list. And the best part about that is that means once you get it, no other wholesaler is going to have it. It's absolutely it's bonkers. So it's really good to do that. Lastly, my favorite government free list, guys. This is hands down. I'm going to say this right now. My favorite government list of all time is probates. Probates is absolutely amazing. I love probates so much. I don't know why everybody's not doing probates, because probates is one of the best lists to be going after in wholesaling real estate. Guys, I love probates. It's basically the process of if someone unfortunately passes away. I'm in Florida, a lot of older people, a lot of kids that live out of state. They don't want to deal with their house. They're absolutely amazing for me. And a lot of these properties aren't really being taken care of too much. They've been sitting around for a while. So probates, 100%. Have to recommend it. It's an absolute amazing list. Okay, guys? I tell you, it's amazing. Let me get some water. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe. Guys, if you're getting like any value, like an inkling of value, okay? Like anything that's you like, oh, I didn't know that. I think that's kind of cool. Guys, hit that like button, comment for the algorithm, and just hit that like button, guys. If you're not following me, click that follow button, please. Click that follow button. Guys, I go live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 4 days a week. Go live 4 days a week, 2 hours plus. I've been doing this for a year and a half straight. Guys, I don't know what else. Like, if you don't want to miss on this stuff, get it going. Wrong pipe. All right, that should give you enough time to like this video, subscribe, follow me, all this stuff, and let's get it going. So, next step here is to find a title company. I think this is another thing that a lot of people, when starting and teaching people who are brand new in this business about wholesaling, they really like to skip this thing over. And this is something that I don't want to skip over. I really want to talk about because no one really talks about how to find a good wholesaling real estate title company. It's a great one, you know. So how do we find a good real estate wholesaling title company? What I've seen is just call the title companies around your town. Go on Facebook, search title companies in whatever blank county. I do it by county, not city, or whatever one's closer to you. What I figured out is roughly 5 to 10% of title companies will usually take you. I've seen it around 5%. You know, if you're in like Memphis, it's probably closer to 10. If I'm in like, you know, California, it's probably getting closer to like 5 or even 4, you know. So you got to know which like title company you're going to be doing. So you got to be a little careful. But that's where I'm really going to say right here, you know. So to call these title companies around your town, I want you to ask if they work with wholesalers and if they work with assignment of contracts. Okay, this is going to be your lingo to talk to the person, and don't talk to the receptionist there. Ask to speak with a title agent or a closer. This isn't Wolf of Wall Street like, hey, are you a closer? No. Okay, this is like who helps close these transactions, not a salesperson per se, but someone who goes out here and actually likes closing deals. I think that's a pretty important one to say right now. And get it going. So that's what I can say. So ask the closer or title agent there if they work with wholesalers and assignment of contracts. If yes, then send them the contract and see if it's legal for your state. You know, guys, everyone knows, go to freewholesaling.com, download my free contract. And then from that free contract, bring it to that title person and say, hey, is this contract legal? Is it good? Can I use that with you? The worst thing is you get a deal, find a title company, you give them the contract, and the title person's like, oh, that contract's not good. That sucks. Like it absolutely, it's terrible for that to happen. You don't want that to happen. Not fun. Okay. I promise you right now, it is not fun when that happens. So I'm trying to stop this from happening. That's definitely something I do want to tell you. I do want to stop this from happening. So that's what I tell you. So if you're looking to find the title company, the number one thing I can tell you when finding a title company is just call around and ask. Another big tip I can give to you right here is, I think it's pretty important. If you know wholesalers in your market, ask them what title company they use. You know, it's not like a secret. It's not like, hey, give me your motivated seller list. You know, no, it's like, you know, here's a good title company I know, and they might like you if you do that. So that's what I do. So I don't want to gloss over too much, but first of all, it's finding a list, and number 2 is skip tracing that list. So these are the lists to be doing. You know, like these are motivated seller lists. Now we have a title company set, and what we're going to do is we're going to either, for most of the marketing, you're going to have to learn skip tracing. Now, if we're going to do direct mail or bandit signs or reverse driving for dollars, we're probably not going to need to learn about skip tracing, but I think every wholesaler should understand skip tracing. So guys, what is up? What's up, Hughie Hoy? First time listener, Alex, thank you for commenting and going on here. Brittany, Tila, Rico. Guys, let me share in the beginning, like my start to finish guide for wholesaling for you guys real quick. And then we'll go, bro, like I will go for 4 hours today answering questions if you have that many questions. I promise you guys, if you are loyal enough to be watching this content for me right now, and you have 100 questions you have written down, you want to go comment, I will answer all of them tonight. Okay. I literally don't have anything to do today. Tonight is Wednesday. There's no football on. Okay. The Dolphins ain't playing until Sunday. The Gators don't have a bowl game till the 23rd. All right. The Heat, I can record the Heat game, okay? I don't watch every Heat game, but football, yes. Okay, guys, there's nothing dire right now tonight, so I will be doing it, okay? If you guys are not going to be on it, I'm going to probably play the new Warzone map, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing if you have no questions for me, okay? But I think you guys got a lot of questions. I can play Warzone later, all right, guys? So let's pump it up, guys. I already worked out for the day. Guys, I'm jacked up, okay? So let's learn skip tracing, guys. So skip tracing. So what is skip tracing? And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, we already know this stuff. Guys, I think it's really important that sometimes, once a week or every other week, I kind of like, for everyone brand new in this business, there's so many new people coming into wholesaling. I want to give them an opportunity to learn it. Again, freewholesaling.com is where it's all at if you want to do it all the time. But I feel like it's important for me to do Q&As also with the people. And guys, really cool tip. Everyone knows every Thursday, I've been doing this for about a year straight. Every Thursday, if you're a part of my mastermind, there's Zach. He's selling his mastermind. Guys, the mastermind's free, okay? The mastermind is free. Is Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook. It's Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook. It's my Facebook group for Wholesaling Houses for Real. If you're in that group, because I have tens of thousands of people on YouTube, I got thousands of followers on all the other platforms. If you guys all wanted to join the one-on-ones, it would be a 15-hour live stream every week, every day. A little tougher for me to do. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? But people in my mastermind, if you're loyal enough to go to my Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group, I post a one-on-one link. Guys, I think 2 weeks ago I did a 4-hour one. I did 3 hours last week, I think. Usually it's around 4 or 5 hours, if you guys are doing the one-on-ones a lot. And I just talk to you guys one-on-one. And a lot of people learn from me just talking to someone one-on-one. Guys, that's your time every Thursday to become very selfish. Ask your specific question. I don't want a question that's going to help. I want a question that's going to help you. Everyone's like, how much you charge? It's free, guys. It's free. Wholesaling Houses for Real. Everyone's like, oh, I had to get the link. If you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook, all you got to do is join the link on there. You're going to talk to me one-on-one, okay? That's one thing. I always get asked DMs. DMs can be a lot tougher. I get like 200 DMs a day. So it gets sort of intense to do. But yeah, guys. So what is skip tracing? Guys, I get on rants all the time. I hope if you're brand new in this business and you're locking me, guys, sometimes I get in rants about stuff because I get too jacked up. Okay. I'm just telling you right now. So skip tracing, what is skip tracing? Skip tracing is the process of finding someone's phone number. Let's say, for example, we're driving around town and I see an ugly house. Okay. What am I going to do? I want to go write down their address and skip trace that number. I'm going to find their phone number, basically skip tracing that phone number. And I'm going to text them or put that text into a software that I got to really break down and find their phone number. Guys, you can do this all for free. I get slack for saying, oh, I don't use that website. There's only 70% accuracy. For what do you else want when it's free, I mean, you guys see my value and you see it's free. You guys go crazy. You guys love that. I know. It's cool. I love it, but sometimes for free websites and free skip tracing, it's a little tougher to do. So let's talk about skip tracing. There's free skip tracing and then there's paid skip tracing. I think that's a pretty important one to do. So what's the difference between free skip tracing and paid skip tracing? So free skip tracing is like going to truepeoplesearch.com. Fast People Search has been really good too, at possibly the same company. A little suspect of that, but I don't know. So free skip tracing is going to be through truepeoplesearch.com. This is free skip tracing. It's more time intensive than paid skip tracing. It's not as accurate. People have told me 60% accuracy. I found it to be 70% accuracy, even in my virtual wholesaling operations. So that's basically all I've seen. But let them do what they do. I see a lot of people tell me that in wholesaling real estate, the best. Everyone says use batch or PropStream. That's great and all. I can tell you. But I haven't seen it too much. That's the one thing I can tell you right now. It costs money to do this business, but a lot of luck I've had with True People Search. I mean, Jason's here says that too, so that's pretty cool. But it's not as accurate. It's recommended for beginners, truepeoplesearch.com, but there's plenty of other things you can go out here and be doing. So That's one thing. So now paid skip tracing, this is batchlistrei.com. It costs money. It's around 12 to 14 cents per record. There's no time really needed for it. That's the coolest part about it. It's very easy and convenient. It's about 90% effective. Some people say 80%. I'm saying it's closer to 90. It's recommended for people making over $100,000 in wholesaling real estate. That's the one thing I can tell you. It is recommended for people making about 100K or more in wholesaling. So this brings us back to, now we got the phone numbers, to our marketing channels. What marketing channels are working right now for wholesaling real estate? What are the ones that we're recommending? What are some of the best marketing channels for wholesaling? Let's sort of break it down a little more here. So my favorite marketing channels right now is cold calling, SMS text blasting, reverse drawing for dollars, bandit signs, internet traffic, and joint venturing. So let's break this down a little more here. Cold calling, I can tell you right now, it's my favorite marketing channel. It's basically calling sellers, seeing if they want to sell their property. Next here is SMS text blasting. These are texting your motivated sellers, seeing if they want to sell their property or not. Reverse drawing for dollars, guys. Everyone knows driving for dollars. You're driving around town looking for distressed properties. But here's the cool part. You can do reverse drawing for dollars, which is actually a marketing channel. It's not a way of actually finding motivated sellers. It's a marketing channel. You're driving around town looking for distressed properties. All you do is you get a yellow sticky pad, and then you write on there, hey, this is Zach. Call me back whenever you can. And then all you do from there, this is an awesome part. Just put it on the door, or put it on, the little placemat in there. And then you get a lot of calls doing that. Next is bandit signs, the ugly, we buy ugly houses signs. That's how I started out. Some markets are good, sometimes are not. You never know what you're going to get sometimes with these. So next one is internet traffic. This is Facebook ads, SEO, pay-per-click. This is my least favorite one. I'll put that on the bottom. You guys would just attack me if I didn't mention that, so I'm going to mention it. I'm also going to mention it's not my favorite marketing channel out there, but there's some also really good ones out there. So unfortunately, it's you live and you learn with that. So next one here is joint venturing or partnering up. What I could tell you right now is if you joint venture and you partner up with other people for learning wholesaling, it's a good one. I don't think it's a number one marketing channel, but I definitely make a ton of money JVing with people. So it's definitely one I would recommend. I love it. So next is to send out the marketing. I think sending out marketing is, it's not really difficult. You just send out the marketing. Sometimes you got to pay money for this stuff. Sometimes it's free. Cold calling you do for free. You use a Google Voice for just the calling. It works pretty well. But marketing overall, I love it. So let's go here and send some marketing out. Number one here is talking to sellers. If a seller expresses interest in selling, you need to qualify the seller. So we send out the marketing, guys. That's our sending out our cold calling. We're cold calling, SMS text blasting, reverse drawing for all bandit signs, internet traffic, joint venture. You guys want to learn all this? It's a lot more in freewholesaling.com. I don't have 10 hours for today's video to be doing that, but I can tell you right now, it is absolutely an amazing one to be doing. So once we send the marketing out, we're going to talk to the sellers. If they express any interest at all, one inkling of interest, one little inkling of interest, we're going to hit them up and we're going to qualify the seller. Qualifying the seller is just making sure the seller is actually ready for a good real estate house flipping, wholesaling deal, basically flipping paper on the contract. Is that going to be good or not? We're going to have to figure it out. And how are we going to figure this out? We're going to have to qualify them. We're going to ask them these 4 questions. So once on the phone, you need to make sure the seller is really a motivated seller. We're going to ask them these 4 questions for wholesaling real estate. Number 1 is motivation. Why are they interested in selling the property? Number 2 is condition. What's the condition of the property? How's the property? Is it vacant? Is it need a lot of repairs? How's the roof? Things like that. That's really how we're going to figure out if the condition's good or bad. Has the AC, flooring, kitchen, is it updated? Is it not updated? That's sort of how we figure this out. Number 3 is time frame. When are they looking to sell the property? Looking to sell the property in a week? Are they looking to sell the property in a month, 2 months? Really got to figure that out. And then 4 is price. What price are they looking to sell the property? How much do they need to get out of the property? That's sort of how we ask these questions. So that's qualifying your seller. Next is one of the most important questions that people ask me. I get asked this question so many times in wholesaling. It's Zach, like, what do I offer the seller? How do I figure out what to offer the seller? And that's a pretty important one, I would say. Like, what to offer the seller. Now we talk to them. They're motivated. How do we figure this out? And that's actually a pretty important question to be asking. So let's sort of break it down a little more exactly what to offer the seller. So how do we find the ARV? Before we get going, let's talk about how to find ARV. Like, what's ARV? ARV stands basically for after repair value. What is after repair value? After repair value is the value of the property after everything's been repaired, after everything's done on it. You put all the work in the house. What is after repair value? And that's what it's just what the property is worth, brand new. If you put the property on its best day, you update the kitchen, you do the flooring, you do the HDTV, house slipping thing, you make it look super beautiful and super pretty, and it just looks beautiful. That is what ARV is. To find ARV, basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to use like a free service like Zillow or Realtor.com. Everyone knows I recommend listrei.com, listrei.com, listrei.com. That's what I recommend right now. That's how our team pulls all the comps and stuff. But really, you got to see. And that's the one we could see right now. So like, what is the way to find it on Zillow or Realtor.com? So the way that I like to find is go to Zillow, and then you can get out of it and you go to recently sold, and you can go around there and look, guys. It's all on freewholesaling.com. The way I kind of figure it out. Next here is we're going to go to like Realtor.com. Realtor.com kind of does comps a little better. And when we look at comparables on the property, we're going to look for really nice houses around the area and sort of see what that ARV is going to be. So to figure it out, we're going to go to the comps, and we're going to stick to the same subdivision. Basically, Zillow, Realtor.com can sort of help you. Listrei.com, listrei.com kind of breaks it down a little more. But really, you got to keep it within the same subdivision. Next, you want the square footage to be the same, plus or minus 200. If it's 1,800 square feet, you can sort of compare a 2,000 square foot one if you do it by square footage price per square foot. Bed and bath, this is pretty important. You got to stick it up. You got to stick it the same. You got to keep it the same. I think that's probably one of the most important things you can do. So make sure the bed and bath's the same. So if it's a 2-1, only compare other 2-1s with that square feet. Don't be comparing a 3-2 or a 5-1 or like a 5-3 to a 3-1. They have to be the same. So same bedrooms, same bathrooms. I know if you're brand new in this business. So, if it's when I say a 2-1, I mean two bedrooms, 1 bathroom. If it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, make sure you're going after other 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. Next year's age, I say keep it within a decade. So if your house was built in 1985, only do stuff built from 1975 up to 1995. Make sure it's within the decade. It helps you out. The only exclusion of that is new properties. So don't be comparing a 2022 built house with a 2012 built house. Those are not good comparables, okay? So that would be the difference I could tell you right now. And then similar condition, don't compare a property that's brand new to one that's really bad and think it's the same. So make sure you have that repair value in there. And then how do you figure out repair value? The best way to figure out repair value is just call, contractors, flooring companies, AC specialists, and really learn the cost to switch things out. And I hate saying it like that, but that's the honest truth. You really got to figure out in your area what things cost. Go to your local Facebook groups and figure out the cost to change things. And that's what I could tell you right now. You got to find things in similar condition and it'll help you out. So that's how you find ARV. Now, here's my formula. I think a lot of people, they get this confused. Like, oh, the 70% rule is the formula to learn wholesaling real estate. Now, the 70% rule sucks. If your ARV in your market's over 150, which statistically it is going to be, the 70% rule is terrible. It is not a good rule. It is not one I recommend and not one you should be doing, okay? Instead, look at this rule, okay? This is ARV minus repairs multiplied by 84%. So let me try to show you this really quick here, and everyone watching this. So ARV minus repairs multiplied by 84% is your MAO, which is your max allowable offer. That's definitely one I'd be recommending right here. So it is ARV minus repairs multiplied by 84%. Okay, that is what it would be. That's one I definitely recommend right here. So let's get back here. All right, so MAO is the most you're allowed to offer somebody on a real estate deal. That's the most you can do. That is ARV minus repairs multiplied by 84%. So ARV is what things worth on its best day. Repairs, how much work it needs. 84%, that's your MAO. 84 is really the discount you can get from cash buyers, what they're willing to give to you. That's where we have found the best one to do. So that's MAO, and then just get below the MAO and, by any amount, and you should profit. So let's say, for example, ARV minus repairs is, let's kind of do the numbers real quick. So let's say ARV for a house is $150,000. It needs about $20,000 in repairs, right? That's $130,000. Multiply that by 84%. $109,200 is the MAO. So let's say for easy numbers, $110,000 is the MAO. Now, if the $110,000 is the MAO, and then the seller wants to sell the property, okay, for $105,000, and they won't go below that. If you lock it up for $105,000, you should make about $5,000. That's how you can figure out this business, And then from there, you can sort of figure out, hey, am I going to make 15, 20? Guys, like, we do this all the time. I love it, and kind of break it down. So 7% rule, MJJ Smooth Criminal. What happened in 70? It's just when properties are above 150,000, it does change. And that's one we're definitely, that's definitely something that we're having changed a lot. So I can tell you right now. And that's what I can tell you right now. So just get below that MAO and you should be fine, And next is the appointment. Now we figure out what the ARV is and we will meet the property. Or if we're doing virtual wholesaling, we do over the phone, and we got a lot of virtual wholesalers watching this stuff. So what is the appointment? So the goal of the appointment in virtual and physical wholesaling is to walk away with a written agreement, a contract at a deep discount signed by you and the seller. Okay. We're going to meet the seller. We're going to walk through the property and talk with the seller about the issue. Remember the Ford method about building rapport. That is family, occupation, recreation, dreams. And at the end, we're going to go with the takeaway. Hey, this is going to be my script for closing this wholesaling deals is like, hey, everything looks okay here. So I know you said you need to sell the house for $140,000 and you wanted X amount of days, right? So we're going to go through it. Well, after looking at everything, I may not be able to do $140,000. What if I was able to pay for the closing costs, the deal and everything, and just pay it all cash, $110,000, and we can close in a month? That's okay. Let's get it done. That's sort of my little pitch for closing. It's not a lot of people say, oh, did you do this? Everyone has their pitch for wholesaling. That's the pitch that I do, that I usually do really well, closing this deal. So overall, you have to figure out which one you're going to like more or less. So that is basically the appointment, how you get this deal done. And then next is the purchase and sale agreement. This is what it looks like. Freewholesaling.com, we basically bring out how to actually get it done. Everyone asks what deposit. I recommend $100 deposit. Obviously, broke is a joke. You can't get $100 deposit, and that's not the biggest deal in the world. You don't have to. I think that's a pretty important thing for you to understand, and for most people to understand, is you don't have to. And I think that's important. But if you want to protect your deal, you want to get the most protection, I'd put $100. You always get the $100 back. Guys, go through freewholesaling.com. It will break it all down for you, but that's what I'd say. So this is the example of it. It's probably the best contract out there. It's at freewholesaling.com. Damage to property. We have additional terms and conditions if we have to. And now the contract signed, what to do next? We're going to sell to another party for a profit, but what's this other party? That is the cash buyer. That's the person that's actually going to go out here and buy our property for cash. Okay. So what is it? So a cash buyer, from start to finish, these are people that are buying these contracts from us for the best price we possibly could sell to them, of course. And they obviously want a discount still. But I mean, they're real estate investors to a point. So cash buyers, what kind of cash buyers pay the least and what kind of cash buyers pay the most in wholesaling real estate? And what I figured out is the cash buyers that pay the least are the house flippers that flip a lot of properties, usually trying to get for a profit. Who pays like the medium amount? Usually landlords pay the medium amount. They're not looking to make instant profits. They just like rentals. Maybe it's close to them. Maybe it's by their family. Maybe it's something they like that. And that's what we figured out. And who pays the most? These are people who actually live in the property. These are people that like actually want to buy the house for themselves, for their auntie. These people are going to pay. These are the hardest people to find, but they're definitely ones you can figure out and get. So last part is, how do I get cash buyers on the cash buyer end? Craigslist is great. Facebook groups, Cold calling cash sales is actually a really good one too. And then calling your local real estate investors association and your realtors. These are really good ones to be just talking about, and it's all on freewholesaling.com. And here's the rules. Like once you find the cash buyer, you want to bring them to the property so they look at it before they actually sell to them for an assignment of contract. What do? The rules before you show the house is, first of all, they have to agree to the price beforehand. I think it's a pretty important rule to have. And they must be okay with you making a profit from assigning this, okay? I know a lot of cash buyers that are not comfortable with you making a profit in wholesaling. And if they're not comfortable with you making a profit, then they can just go to the next thing. I'm not interested if they are not okay with you making a profit. That's not what we're here to do this business for, okay? And then how to sell to cash buyers. I think it's pretty important. But cash buyer will need to walk through the property with you. Make sure cash buyer doesn't talk to the seller. Again, they're not talking to your seller. They're just acting as your inspector or partner in the deal. And then from there, you're going to call the seller and ask them when a good time for the partner to come see the house with you, and it won't affect the price. Just make sure the seller knows it won't affect the price of the property at all. Next here. So after the walkthrough, we're going to ask the cash buyer if everything is all good. If they say yes, then we're going to assign the property for we're going to assign the contract, and we're going to assign it for a profit. Make sure there's about $3,000 to $5,000 non-refundable deposit to the title company in there. Freewholesaling.com. Again, we all break it down. I feel like a broken record saying this, but it's the truth. Here's what the assignment of contract will look like. Here's the front part, and then the back part. It's pretty black and white. Again, at freewholesaling.com, we break it down. Once we have it all done, what we're going to do is we're going to call the seller 2 times per week until the closing is closed. And then we're going to call the cash buyer once a week to make sure that they're all set to buy the property. Next here, we got closing day. One of the best days for wholesaling real estate, right? We all love closings. We all love getting that deal sold. So closing day, basically the seller signs the deed and sells it. The cash buyer buys it, and then we get our check from the title company. Okay. The last part is like, once you start wholesaling, again, in that process, we repeat, that's the process for wholesaling. That's how we make our money in this business. That's how we get it going. But again, you got to think about it. If it's closing day, like what are we going to be doing? So once you get the check from the title company, it's good to go. Just repeat the process. So once you start getting better at wholesaling, we're going to have a CRM. This process has been told a lot, like what's a CRM? It's basically a customer relationship management, like roughly it's that, it's a management software database, for your customers, your people looking to sell their properties. You also put your cash buyers in there, if you're into house flipping, the flipping of the houses and stuff like that. That's sort of where it's all at. So after we get the appointment set and we close the deal, we're going to probably, if we're doing more deals, we're going to be doing we're going to put stuff in the CRM. So I recommend Podio, guys. Freewholesaling.com. We kind of break it down exactly how to get it going and how to do it. So that's the one thing I can tell you right now. So here's a breakdown of just a wholesaling real estate deal. So remember, guys, if we put a property under contract for 120, you guys can tell this is a live video. I'm never perfect with it, but even after a year and a half of this and hundreds and hundreds of live streams I've done, I'm still not perfect at it, get better every day though, So if we put the property under contract for $120,000, we assign the contract for $140,000, we're going to profit $20,000. Okay. Looks like an extra zero there, whatever. So here's a really cool breakdown. If you guys want to screenshot this, it's pretty cool, but this is basically, I like to think in my brain thinks like left to right. I don't know why, but like it just, I like processes that look all smooth and nice and pretty. So first of all, we're going to pull the list. We're going to send the marketing. We're going to lock up the contract, find a cash buyer and assign, and then we're going to profit. That's it. First of all, we're going to choose a list and we're going to pull the leads and find the title company. Next, we're going to send the marketing out. We're going to send marketing out and find motivated sellers. Again, I can tell you right now, the first two, pulling the list and sending the marketing, not even pulling the list, but like sending the marketing out, that's the hardest part for most people. Okay. Finding a motivated seller is the hardest part for people starting out in this business. I don't know why, but that's the truth, and then the next is we're going to download the contract. We're going to sign it. We're going to lock up the contract. We're going to download it at freewholesaling.com, go from there. We're going to find a cash buyer and then we're going to sign it for a profit and then repeat, we're going to profit and repeat. And that is wholesaling real estate, guys. I can tell you. So what's next, guys? Remember, go to freewholesaling.com, ask questions on these lives. I go live how many days a week? 4 days a week. I go live. I'll go live on every single platform out there, except Instagram. Instagram's kind of weird with it, but YouTube, go live on YouTube on both of my channels 4 days a week, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. usually. I'm live on TikTok now. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. I'm going to be on here. I know TikTok has a 1 hour live limit, so I'll probably do 2 lives, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. YouTube's the best, they let me go for live as long as I want. But guys, you want free one-on-one calls, every Thursday. If you're joining the Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group, that's the way we're going to be doing it. Okay. That's how you do it. So that's what's next, guys. Check out freewholesaling.com. That is flipping paper. That's how you make 100K flipping paper. Guys, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars every month flipping this stuff and doing this business. Like I live, eat, breathe this stuff. And that's what it is. So let's answer some questions, guys. I'm pumped up. I know we got a lot of questions in here. We got a lot of really good ones. So I know a lot of people ask me, like, do I recommend a Mojo Dialer? I love Mojo Dialer. That's definitely one I definitely recommend. Sullivan, what is up, Sullivan? Yeah, I remember Sullivan. What title company to use in Texas? I can tell you right now, I would recommend, if you want to find what title company to use in Texas, I would call other wholesalers in Texas, specifically where in Texas, Alex says, do you do anything else besides wholesaling and wholetailing? I do a lot of creative financing. Let's get it. Can I work for you for free? I wish. What's up, guys? You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that's commenting, showing value and getting it going. So let's break down some questions we get, because I'm excited. I love talking to people, love answering this. So number one from Antoniette is it too late to join real estate wholesaling? And the answer is no. There's people leaving wholesaling real estate every day. There's plenty of people coming in it. I wholesaling, like, I'm going to give you a fun statistic. I think this is a really good statistic for everyone watching this. Is there is, in most markets, there is more realtors out there than properties on the market. Okay. Just think about that for a second. I know in the state of Florida, it's like this. There's usually more realtors in a city than there is properties on the market. You know how crazy that is? There's too many realtors out there, okay? There's too many realtors. But it's severely underdone is how many wholesaling deals there are versus how many wholesalers, because I do like a lot, 10, 15 a month just for one guy. There's a ton of wholesalers, but I take a lot of it. I take a lot of the market share. Sue me. But there's so much less wholesaling deals. Like the saturation for wholesaling is so much lower than a realtor. And there's realtors out there making, again, everyone's going to be everyone's going to give me a smart comment. I know a realtor that makes $10 million per month. Okay. Yes. Okay. There's real, I'll be honest. I'm going to get in trouble here. Maybe I fibbed a little. There's realtors out there that make $10 million a month. Okay. That they sell like $5 billion apartment complexes in Dubai. Okay. And they're based out of New York. Okay. And they'll make more than any wholesaler out there. Okay. But there's also people that develop like New York City, Manhattan, that's probably making billions of dollars, and they're house flippers. So they'll make more money than me. Okay. But on average, if we're talking about making under $100 million per year, which you guys are gonna be very sad saying this. I know you guys are gonna be very, very, very sad for me to say this, but I'm gonna break everyone's heart. I know you guys are gonna follow me after saying this. I don't make $100 million per year in wholesaling, not yet. But I don't make $100 million per year wholesaling real estate, and I know everyone's shocked. I know everyone thought I'm the greatest thing ever, and I'm the smartest man on earth, and no one's better than me, but I don't make $100 million per year. I know Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they all do. And I just don't, I can't compete with that, but I try my best every day. You guys know, but of course there's realtors that make hundreds of millions of dollars. And there's also house developers and all over the world, but I'm talking for most people, it's like that. So no, there's people starting out as a realtor that are making, 50 grand a month, and that's way more saturated than what we do here. Okay. So yeah, I can tell you right now. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But let's answer some questions. Question here is, I'm trying to get my first deal, but I don't have a lot of money. I can't wholesale my state because they just made license requirements. So I'm looking for looking for out of state from ours. How can I find a deal with not a lot of funds? Virtually wholesaling, guys. I did a video on freewholesaling.com with top 5 virtual wholesaling markets. Guys, it's all in there. It's all in there for free. And I'd go on one of those markets and find it. That'd be my answer for you. So I got a question here. We just saw you on someone's podcast from earlier this year. Crazy. We live in PSL as well. We're trying to get into those whole business of creative finance and sub 2 and wholesale. I've a paid off house, but no idea what would be the smartest move. And crazy, I work at a local store as well, deli department, and every day I just go to work and I'm ready to quit and start real estate journey. I did the same exact thing. What I can tell you here is, you want to get into creative financing. Again, this is a wholesaling video, but I would just start finding newer properties or properties with not a lot of equity. ListREI.com's got plenty of them. That's PropStream. They're all over the place. I'd go to ListREI.com. That's the first thing I do. Carlos, what is up? I'm located in South Florida area. I have attempted a cold call from PropStream list for a month now, but I'm not being able to get any motivated sellers. What list are you pulling? That helped me out a lot. Do you flip houses too? I'm going to ask that. I do flip houses. I got like 4 or 5 flips in the market right now. A little higher end, but yeah, I mean, if I want to make 50, 60, 70, some 80, $90,000 deals, I'm going to do some flips. I'm not, I'll tell you guys first and foremost, this video is about wholesaling real estate, but I'm a complete real estate investor. I do all types of wholesaling. I do all types of real estate investing. I'm a real estate investor first and foremost. I love investing in real estate. Wholesaler, of course, that's the majority of what I do. But I'm not just that, it's like calling Steph Curry a shooter. Of course, he shoots 3-pointers all the time, but he's also a really good dribbler. Okay. It's like just saying, oh, he's a great he's good at threes. He's a lot more than that, it's like going to LeBron and saying he's a dunker. LeBron James is a dunker. He dunks basketballs. Like, is that all you think he is? Yeah, he does a lot of dunking, but he can dribble. He can get suspended. He can win the championship for the Heat. Love that stuff. But yeah, I do everything. I'm a quadruple threat, I guess, or a lot more than quadruple. But that's what we do. Marty says, "Let's go, let's get it, let's get it, guys." Steve says, "It's a hilarious. I think it's a hilarious statistic. I think it's hilarious that there's so many realtors out there, but most people think that's the only way to make money in real estate. Without spending any money per se." And I don't know why people don't know it in the wholesaling. That's why I try to teach this stuff and break it down for everyone, Getting asked here again, if the code enforcement won't give me the list, do you keep calling every day until they do? Yes, sir. You go in person or you ask for a FOIA, Freedom of Information request. Becoming the best. What is up? Awesome. You two up here. Wholesaling a land in the same process of wholesaling houses. Yes. Wholesaling land is going to be the same process as wholesaling houses. It is. That's one thing I tell you right here. I get asked here, I'm trying to get my first deal, but I don't have a lot of funds to do marketing and everything with, and I don't know what to do. How can I get a deal without a lot of funds? Trying for dollars or cold calling for sale by owners? Guys, you see me cold call 2 hours plus a day with it. That's what I do. With Brittany says, with holidays coming up, is it wise to begin cold calling or should I wait till cold call now? Yeah, everyone's like, should I shut down my wholesaling until Christmas is over? No, okay, because that's what I'm saying. So FOIA, FOIA, look it up. That's how you can pull them if they're refusing to do it. But cold calling, I tell you right, it's like, oh, I'm gonna wait till New Year's, and then Valentine's Day is coming up, and you got Easter, and then you got July 4th. Every couple months there's a big holiday, So where are you gonna say, So what I could tell you is probably not wise to cold call Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but outside of that, you're pretty much good. You go, oh, it's Kwanzaa. I can't cold call. Guys, outside of Christmas Day and Christmas Eve and maybe Thanksgiving, it's probably only days you shouldn't be 3 days out of the holiday season. It's not. Most people still got stuff to do. Now it's kind of the Christmas before New Year's. That week's kind of a weird lull for most people. But hey, Zach, they're going to be home, and most of the people are going to be home. They're ready to go. They're ready to answer phones. They're ready to make decisions. Guys, I'm telling you. Hey, Zach, do you think about Text Magic for estimate? It's a good one. I can recommend estimatezach.com, but use whatever one you want. It's possible to deal with texting all the time, man. MJJ Smooth Criminal. Oh, yeah, man. Kevin asked a really good question here. It's like, what would happen to the contract if you can't find a cash buyer? I would get out of the contract. These contracts, they have inspection periods in them. Freewholesaling.com. We kind of break that down a little more, but if we can't find a cash buyer for a real estate wholesaling deal, what we're going to do is we're going to get out of it. We have an inspection period, which we can inspect the property. If we don't like it, we just get out of it. Usually give an email or something in writing to prove if they ever want to go crazy on you, just to prove that you did. But that's the way we do it. And we find plenty of great results doing that. Mustache Mike says, what are your thoughts on raised properties? Raised properties are interesting. A lot of people think raised properties are terrible. If you get the right price on it, it's going to work very well. And that's what I say. So that's what I could tell you. Like it's raised properties are really good. Like it's definitely a great one on here. Jason says, hey, Zach, you want to take a look at a deal? I have a seller ready to go and waiting for a Senecon. Bro, yes, let's get it. Nick Lee, Les, what's up? I love the authenticity and vulnerability, brother. Appreciate. I don't think I don't know what's vulnerable about it, but like, guys, I'm an open book. I wear my emotions on my sleeve with wholesaling. If I see something I don't like about wholesaling, I'll tell you. I don't like novation agreements. I get in trouble for a lot of wholesalers out there. I don't think novation agreements are great. I don't like how the NAR, National Association of Realtors, will discriminate people based on age. If they got arrested for something and maybe they changed their life around like 30 years ago, they stole a candy bar, and then 30 years later, like, you can't become a realtor. I just, it's just, I don't think business in a free market should discriminate. If you want to help people out, you help people out. I just don't think I hate discrimination in all forms. Of course, let's say you do something bad, and sure, maybe you shouldn't be a realtor, but I think for a lot of like tiny stuff they can nail you on, even like tiny, like I don't like it, I just don't like a board telling me, I don't really like you. You can't, they can literally say, I don't like you. You're not going to be a realtor. That's something I really don't like about, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. I see it all the time with being a realtor, and that's kind of why I got my beef there with being a realtor, and so that's it. So Aaron says, if we have no laptop, can we use our notepads? Yeah, you can use a notepad. No big deal on that one. Shouldn't be a really big issue on that one. So yeah. Let's see here. Woo! Kai says, how much earnest money? I guess TikTok does over an hour. That's kind of cool. Cool. Nice breakdown. Appreciate it. Let's get some questions. Let's get it going, guys. Woo! Nice breakdown. Appreciate that. Thanks, Steve. Thank you so much. Becoming the best is learning a lot from you. I appreciate that. Hey, Zach, thank you for the content. What is a healthy number of names I should have if I plan to cold call 2 to 7 p.m. daily? On a triple line dialer, like on ZachDialer.com, at least putting 10,000 in there you should be fine. You're not going to do 10,000 for 5 hours probably, but I'm just having enough just in case. You just don't want to run out of people to call. So that's something I'd say. What's up, Marty? How do I properly compensate a bird dog that brings me a deal? It's a good one. The best way to properly compensate someone for bringing you a deal is I usually give them like $1,000 or $500, and go from there, and then give them a little bonus sometimes. If you got someone bring you 10K, they brought you a $30,000 deal and you give them 1,000, and they're like a 19-year-old kid, give them like a PS5, just like buy them a PS5 for $500 or even 700 and just give it to them. They will go out there and give you an extra 3 or 4 deals, make 50K. That's happened to me all the time. I've gifted people AirPods, Apple Watches. If I gifted a kid $200 extra for a bird dog deal, they'd be happy. But if I give them $200 of AirPods, they would go like absolutely bonkers. Okay. Or like you got a dude or like a gal who gave you a $50,000 deal. Go give them a Gucci belt. Gucci belt's $500. Very expensive, but give them as a gift, that you did really good getting that deal. Thank you. You're basically paying $1,500, but I promise you, they'll give you another $50,000, $60,000 deal. Okay. Cause they want those Gucci belts. Stuff like that. I wouldn't get anything over $500 for like a gift. But that's how you'd properly compensate a bird dog. I pay my bird dogs well, like my employees. You got to pay them well if you want them to do well. And then the bad ones, you got to get them out. But that's sort of what we've seen on here. But yeah, I do think your contracts will work in Orlando. I use it in Port Saint Lucie. So yeah, Daniel, it'll work. Guys, I need help with the deal. Let me know how I can help you about the deal. Let's see here. I was interested in title company, escrow company. Depends on your state. Some of them are state specific. Man, you were throwing some great info at me. I needed this. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Let's see here. Rant away, brother. I like ranting. I love this business, guys. I live for this business. This business I absolutely enjoy. I live for this stuff. So yes, I'm going to rant at it like crazy because I just like this stuff. I talk about this all the time. I love this business. It's a great one. And I will be live for as long as I can. I'm 22, so I'm doing this for 5+ years. I'm definitely going to be here 100% for 50 more for wholesaling, unless I get this. Unless I create like a Microsoft type company, which I don't think I am. I don't really have the passion for it, So no, I'm not really too big into that. I like wholesaling. That's why I don't think I'm ever going to be like that Grant Cardone type, multifamily guy. Now, I own multifamily like real estate, but like I'm not like this big. I'm going to have my followers do a hedge fund with me, and then we're going to go do all these crazy deals. But you never know. But like I like wholesaling. That I think like that's where I'm helping. Feel like that's kind of my calling to help people out for free and trying to disrupt the industry right now, guys. My number one goal right here is become the number one real estate coach for you guys, and because I want it to all be free, so everyone stops charging people for information. I guess my goal is really not to be the number one because I probably never gonna be the number one. But hey, no big deal. I'd rather be the person that changes wholesaling though, where everyone gives it for free. I'd be more happy if I'm never the number one wholesaling person on whatever social media, but I changed it where everyone has to give everything out for free. That would be something I'd rather have than be the number one whatever and sell courses. Dude, I'm gonna force gifts to your preferred address. LOL. Appreciate it. Go donate. Like if you're gonna give me a gift, just donate. Like donate to charity. Give that gift to like a St. Jude hospital, someone in there. That's what I ask. Don't gift me anything. Gift it on your own marketing. And if you're like, you want to be charitable or whatever, give it to someone. Like, don't give it to me. There's probably someone who needs a meal or something. And they're like, not me. I mean, guys, see, I don't skip meals. Okay. So I'm fine. I ate plenty of food. So don't be worrying about me. Okay. Have any of y'all in the live chat close the deal before any profit? Brian, plenty of people on there. Trust me. Daniel did. Woo! Love it. John says, go Gators. Love it. Michael says, I've been trying to drive for dollars in Minnesota, but we recently had snow. I haven't seen any tall grass. And the snow makes all the homes look the same. That's why I got to go after code violations and probates and other type of government lists. Zach, you're the man. I tell you, brother. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. What's up? Beto says, Zach, I met some cash buyers and realtors at a meeting here in LA, but I'm not sure if I should drive for dollars or wholesale virtually. I still you're in LA, bro. I would wholesale virtually. That'd be my preferred destination there. Marty says, do you know any wholesale South Central LA? Gentrification starting. Hit up Beta 420 on YouTube. That's what I'd say. Francis says, can we talk about Oklahoma? Zach, do I just double close there to be a safe side? Any of the strategies for the state? Yeah, double closing is going to be the way. Again, freewholesaling.com, we break down double closings very well. That's the way I would probably be doing it for now. Like that's definitely the preferred marketing method. Would be doing that. So Cole says, hey, Zach, what does your average profit margins look like? Do you keep 70 to 8% of the deal? Or I'm closer to 80, like with marketing, because we spend a little marketing. So it kind of makes sense for us. Brittany, if you live in a state where closing is done by attorneys, should you have an attorney review the contract before cold calling? And will they charge you to review it? I would probably use someone else's contract until you have the money to deal with the attorney, then do that. For most people, yeah, or I just do a standard realtor contract on there. They're all for free downloads. I get excited when I see the notification that you're going live in 30 minutes, Tila. Yeah, let's go. I love it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Samuel, what's up, Zach? You the realist. Appreciate it, bro. This is exactly what I needed, to be honest. Appreciate it. Sunday video was fire. Those gurus got schooled. Oh, I know you. I remember what I posted. Oh, shoot. I remember I remember posted Sunday. Oh, shoot. Let me take that comment off. I'll let the people decide. Okay. Oh, Rico, you're gonna get me in trouble. What's up? Oh my gosh, I have too much fun with you guys on here. Dealing with an on-market property needs a full rehab. Was a fire damage negotiating. Markeem, you got this, man. You got this, bro. Is REI Pro better than I prefer PropStream better. What's up, Olivia? How are you? Zach is the real deal. What's up, brother? What should I do if they ask for proof of funds and I have none? Please help. Get a proof of funds from your partner. That's my preferred way. I would never lie about proof of funds. I just say, hey, that'd be my partner. Question, can you go over how many leads should be skipped on how many times we should be pulling lists from PropStream? I'm asking because I hired a VA who's calling 5 hours a day. If they're calling 5 hours, you should get about maybe 10,000 leads a month. You know, if they're doing a triple line dialer. If they're doing hand dialer, probably 3. Again, it's all depending on what kind of leads you're pulling. If government lists, a lot less. You know, PropStream list REI.coms. That's what I would say. Zach, Guru, Marty says, Marty's on here. Marty says, gurus prey on insecure people. I wouldn't call people that pay for coaching insecure. You know, I think that's too derogatory towards people that pay for coaching, but I would say the gurus prey on insecurities of people. Yes. I would agree on that one. Zach, thank you so much. Keep it going, sir. Of course. Zach, what do you think about hedge fund buy? I think they're good. You know, they're kind of bigger right now because hedge funds are just buying single family properties right now. I think they're going to go away if there's any market volatility in real estate. You don't really see any yet. But in the future, there possibly could be. So this is something you got to be looking at and seeing for the future. Let's go. All right. What's up, Barbara? How are you? How are you doing today? What is up? What is up? Let's get these deals. Let's get this bread. I love it. I love it, guys. All right. We got it. We got it. Sup. What's up? Hey, Zach. Always like listening to your gems. I'm ready for the song. Music, please. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see what questions we got. We're going to ask here, if you have multiple people on the title, do I need to get, if I have multiple people on the title, do I need to get all the signatures from all parties on the deed before I send it to the title? Everyone is already on board, but they want to live out of town. No, let the title be the third party intermediary on this. So let them deal with it. Do not be dealing with this like for someone else. Yeah, I would not be worrying about this at all. You know, like, no, I'm telling you right now. Excuse me there. Let the title company deal with it, not you. You shouldn't be the one dealing with this because you're not the one paying the seller, you know. Title company, let them take care of it. I tell you right now, it's a lot better. How many flips do you do a year? Probably 30, you know, like nothing crazy. They're mostly wholesales and wholetails. I don't consider, if you put wholetails in there, maybe 50, nothing crazy. Do you think pre-foreclosure homes are easy money? Depends on your market, but I think they're grossly underrated right now. Like they are grossly underrated. I can tell you right now that. Can properties with two houses on it be wholesaled? Yes, properties with two houses. So properties with 2 houses on it can. I prefer you split the lot. I've done a lot of Jack and Jill's back in the day, or like mother-in-law suites. They're not the best use for value on real estate, but You can, you know, it's better if you can know how to split the lot. Like that's always better, but you just got to be careful with it. Like sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So that's definitely one you just got to be careful of. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get it. Let's get it. Explain a bit about proof of funds. So proof of funds is basically a proof or like a bank statement or a statement from the bank saying you have money in your bank account to buy something. Usually real estate, you know, that's what usually we ask for cash buyers, and then sometimes sellers might ask, but I've never had them ask us just because we can prove how much money we always have by just showing how many deals we own and how many houses we purchase. So we usually never get that issue. Uh, that's sort of an issue that people who aren't confident with their stuff, they usually get that issue when they're dealing with it. So that's always an issue that I've seen from like newer people or something. Tila says, so for fire damage houses, they get paid by insurance and they can sell it. Yes, they get paid by the insurance and they can still sell the asset. So it's definitely a good one to be doing. Brittany says, if you live in a state where closing is done by attorneys, already answered that one. Yeah, I mean, I'd have one, you know, or I'd have a local wholesaler and use their contract until you have the money to have an attorney review it. They say you should ask for a raise on a Friday because everyone's in a better mood. It's happy time right now. Better moods, baby. Yeah, I'm in a good mood right now. I'm always in a good. Every day's Friday for me. Like I make a ton of money in my wholesaling business. Everyone gives me a lot of support and love on like all my social medias. I mean, how can I be happy? You know, this is like the time to be alive. Everyone provides value. It's great. I love this business. You know, so yeah, it's my networking type thing too. So love talking to you guys. Love learning about wholesaling. Love seeing how I can help the people out and stuff like that. Again, ask her, do you buy fire damage property homes for land value only? It's a tough one to kind of answer because yes, we like to buy properties with the land value there, but sometimes you can salvage the deal. So it sometimes works. Most of the time, really, like it's less than land value sometimes because you got to bulldoze the property. So that's always an issue too. I mean, it's not called a fire sale, but it's fire sale. You know, it's got to be for a really good price. That's what we've seen, and that's where we've seen the best results. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. What is up, guys? Michael says, is that a Huey? I don't know my helicopters too well, but it might be a Huey. I don't know if I got that right. Hopefully. What is your strategy of driving for dollars? How do you determine areas that you can drive for potential deals? Michael, my best way is finding where a lot of rental properties are and driving around those. Freewholesaling.com, we basically show you how to find cash sales and find cash sales with the most zip codes. So how many most cash sales in a zip code, and then I'll go on those zip codes and drive around those zip codes and then those streets, the most popular streets in that zip code. That's where I find. What up, Zach? Looking for water shutoffs, but they sting you with the information. Keep asking or go in person. I promise you, the more you ask, the more you're going to get it. Isaiah Nirvana. Isaiah, what is up? Bro from, not, is it Riverside? Inland Empire. We'll just call it Inland Empire. Why do you not like novations? You're putting a lot of risk up and you can lose the deal. And you're asking to get sued on that one. Suppose the first cash buyer has agreed to your price. Okay. Should you call other cash buyers, see if you go higher? You know, Moombashare, definitely saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. But, you know, if they agree to our price, we're going to go with it. You know, sometimes speed and the easiness of getting it done will be a lot better. Farrier 8390, what is up? How can I help you out? Let me know what questions you got. But yeah, suppose the first buyer agree to your price. I'm not going to get greedy with it. So no. Hope. Hi, Zach. You and Rick are awesome. What do I do when a seller wants to text only and will not give me info on the property, but what's an offer? I give them the car trick. That's the way that I found it. That's the way where I found a lot of value from this stuff is like, it's a car trick. It's like, hey, are you going to buy a car without test driving it? Of course not. Like you got to test drive the car, so say, how can I give you an offer if I can't test drive the property? Can't get more info on it, see pictures, look behind the hood, on the thing. So that's what we've seen. And that usually gives us the best results for it. So that's what I'd say. That's always the answer we do. And then always just ask them to call. Yeah. All right. All righty. So Kathy says, hi, Zach. Many thanks to you and your dad. We may have to pay for title work on a deal that fell through. Seller had a backup buyer and said they would use their title company, but didn't. Any advice? Seller had a buyer. Oh. I'd get an extension. That's the way to do it. And then find another buyer. That's a tough one. Usually a title company, they'd be okay with you doing the title work and they won't charge you though. Just ask. Hey, Zach, what is a good contingency to put in a contract to be able to back out? See, I don't start title work unless I actually have the EMD from the cash buyer. That's another thing I do. So if I'll get my $5,000 no matter what, and I'll let the title company keep part of the $5,000. So I don't start title work until the actual $5,000 is sent. Getting asked here, hate cold calling. Is there a better way to engage with sellers? I would say reverse drawing for dollars. That's one I would be recommending right now. I'd call it reverse drawing for dollars. So reverse drawing for dollars is the process of driving around and just leaving the sticky notes, say, hey, we buy houses cash. I found they worked very well. And if you hate cold calling, that's a really good one to do. I tell you, go around vacants and just slip them on there. It's like direct mail without paying for direct mail pricing. It's great. Stretched out there. Isaiah, what does your wholesale operation look like? We basically got marketing, acquisitions, dispositions. She got a VA doing a lot of cold calling, a lot of the SMS with us. Acquisitions person basically takes it from there and then gets the deal locked up and we bring it to our cash buyers. John says, I do a lot of JVing. I don't like to complicate the business. Hey, Zach, what is a good contingency to put in a contract to be able to back out if you can't find a buyer in 7 to 10 days? I prefer 14 to 30 days. You can even push it to 45 days. That's what I found. You can even push it even more. And that's what I've seen. So. Okay. But a good contingency to put in contract to be able to back out, I prefer 30 to 45 days. I wouldn't be doing 7 to 10. Trey, what is up? What to say to a seller when they ask what company you work for? I work for my own company. We're looking to buy more properties for cash. Like, that's what you ask. That's what we ask. That's what we see the best results on. Isaiah has a very interesting question here. This is one, it's a tough one to anticipate, tough one to kind of answer, but I'll tell you the truth here. So when do you anticipate the market will cool off or reset? It's the warmest market in the history of the USA. Depends who you ask. Cause unfortunately, inflation's like crazy right now. So like, you're never really going to know if it's cool or you're not there. It's not cooled off. I don't know. That's about. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you. I'm just, as wholesalers, we don't own the real estate, so it doesn't really affect us. If a market goes down in wholesaling, we still make a ton of money. So it's not really that big of a deal. Daniel says, because of you motivating me, I have 1,300 leads I've generated. Daniel, let's get it. I'm hesitant to call my list for rookie experience on comping. Bro, dude, go to free wholesaling. Like, once you get through the comping thing on there, you'll never have to worry about comping for the rest of your life. I promise you. Get through freewholesaling.com. Daniel, you're in Orlando. Plenty of comping tools on there. I think I did a comping example in Orange County for Florida. So Felicia says, this is what I needed. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hopefully after I do a one-on-one and you can push me to start, I feel like that'd pump me up. I'll see you tomorrow, Daniel. Hey, Zach, thank you for that info, sir. I'm working virtually from London, England, and everything you do helps immensely, sir. Cheers in regards to Rick. Francis, thank you. I appreciate it. Cool. Thank you. Martin says, what's up, Zach? I'm in Ventura County. It's expensive in California. How can I find my first deal? I'm starting to use prop. Let me see where Ventura is. Let me kind of look here. Also, I'm looking, Hugo says, to wholesale, do you recommend an LLC or an S Corp? I recommend you don't get any of those until you get 2 real estate deals. Once you get 2 real estate deals, it's going to become a business. Then I'd get LLC, then use it. Then use I don't know the correct form. It's something. It's to move the LLC into an S Corp. It won't charge you. It won't cost you any more money. And I would always dump them into an S Corp. That's always what I prefer because you can use that 199A deduction. For most people, kind of confusing. If you're under 2 deals, I wouldn't worry about it. You just got to make sure you're going to be legit in this business. Ventura County. Is it Ventura County? Yeah, county. Ventura County. All right, Oxnard, LA. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Ventura County, I'd be doing like Simi Valley, Thousand Oaks. You could do Santa Clara, Peru, Buckhorn, Fillmore. Like those areas, like kind of a little more out. That's kind of where I would be. That's where I would prefer, Yeah, I wouldn't be doing anything like crazy on there. Yeah, that's what I'd recommend. How does if you want to find the first deal, drawing for dollars still. California drawing for dollars is going to be where it's at. Felicia says, how does the inspection work? The inspection is just you going around and just driving around town, like driving around town, you find a good deal. So you go there. So, inspecting the drawing for dollars. Inspection on the property. The inspection is just you looking at the house. It comes down to you sort of understanding what a bad house is. I think you're smart enough to know what a leak in the house looks like. Rusted, if things need to be updated. Again, freewholesaling.com. We break it all down. Wink, wink. That's where we found the best results on it. So yeah. Boom. Dylan said, hey, Zach, have a seller whose wife just passed away. Ugh, sorry to hear that. What can I do to better help someone in the situation? Want to provide as much value as possible. Okay. You just got to buy if they want to sell their house, then buy the house or put it under contract. If they don't, then no. That's unfortunately, it's kind of rough to say. Hard to talk about, but that's the truth. It's a probate. You got to learn what the probate laws in your states are going to be. But that's how you're going to know. Suppose your first cash buyer had agreed to your price. What should you call other cash buyers to see if you can go higher? Again, no. Do you use the wholetailing as an exit for a majority of your deals now? For a lot of the bigger ones, yes. We're still majority wholesaling right now just because a lot of the deals we shouldn't be holding because they're so messed up that they're too risky as a buy. Termite damage, stuff like that, we're not doing that. Hugo says the higher days on market do decrease the offer. Yes, but wholesaling real estate, we do off-market properties. So we're really not going to be dealing with those types too much. I know people do on-market wholesaling. I'm not the biggest fan of it. And that's definitely not one I'll be recommending. Sean, what's up, Sean? Should I start with virtual or local? My market is very low price, so not a lot of room to make money. Sean, let me know what market you're in. That will help me immensely and greatly. Knowing what market you're in. Marty says, Can I afford batch leads or skip tracing and dialer is a rookie? I don't recommend batch or ZachDialer.com unless you got some money to spend. I'd use Google Voice right now, especially just for a dialer right now. That's unfortunately that's kind of where I'm at. Like with it, I'm not too keen on doing something else. Zach, do you ever have gotten a deal just from texting sellers and not talking? No. You're talking to a seller, you have to get on the phone. Just closing a deal through text, you're going to lose so much money. It's not worth it. It's hard to build trust too. Got it. Thank you so much. Felicia says, how can I show proof of funds if I don't have as much? You use your partner's proof of funds, like the cash buyers as your partner. That's what I'd say. Mario says, do you need some water, bro? Dude, I need a bunch of water, man. It's hard to talk for 2 hours straight because I need a ton of water. My throat gets dry when I just talk for hours and hours and hours. I need some water from that. I don't know how people do it, you know? I see people doing 3-hour podcasts. They don't have one sip of water. It drives me nuts. Dylan says, what do you do to manage your dialer to monitor what numbers get spammed or not? We'd check it with our own and just regular phones, and it'll say spam likely, and then we'll switch it out. Usually batch ZachDialer.com kind of helps us with it. So it makes it a lot more easier for us. Dylan says, how do you manage your number? Oh, wait, for call SMS, I don't want to use the same number for both. Or you buy different numbers. Yeah, I use it all through batch, so it makes it a lot easier. Felicia says, what can I use to organize my leads? I recommend Google Excel. That's what I use. I'm not a big list stacking fan. I'm not the biggest fan of that. LLC, because I do my list stacking on PropStream, aka listrei.com. So LLC required, recommended. Thanks for the great info. Smash that like button. Thank you, guys. I'm going to give you a second here to hit that like button. Follow me. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Share this to as many people as you can. Share it to a wholesaler you think they'll get value from this live today, and possibly give some great value. Just let me know. I'd love to help the people out. I'll learn wholesaling. I appreciate it, guys. Let's get it. Isaiah says, have you ever done surplus funds? I'm not going to start surplus funds. No, I do not recommend surplus funds. It's no. Okay. Moomba Share says, I saw the double closing vid in the course, and Rick said to ask for a discount because you're buying home insurance for yourself and the cash buyer. I'm just a little confused about insurance. Won't you cancel it after selling it to the buyer? Could you explain a little more on this? Yeah, so you can. It's just a way to leverage a discount with the seller, with the home insurance. But you usually won't get home insurance for the double closing, but you can use this leverage to get it done. Let's see. When doing a JV deal, if I bring the buyer and partner with someone who has a seller in contract, would I send my JV contract along with the person to purchase agreement to the title company? Sign the JV first, then yes. Felicia says, is $100 a good amount for earnest money? Yep, that's what I recommend. Antoinette says, should I call from, hold on. Antoinette says, should I call from free cold calling lists? Guys, you see, that's what I do. That's mostly, not mostly what I do, but that's a big amount of the stuff I do. It comes from that. So, yeah. Ferris, what's the best time during the week to make calls to sellers? 2 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can still call sellers Saturday, Sunday, but I prefer not too much Sunday. I'd prefer Sunday for organizing lists and stuff. But Sunday's the worst day to be doing it. But the best time during the week to call sellers is 2 to 7 p.m. Hunter says, hey, Zach, are there any tricks to not getting flagged scam likely? The best trick I give to you to not get flagged scam likely for cold calling is, number one, make sure the length per call, the average length per call, is as long as it possibly can. That'll give you the best results for it. So, hey, Zach, are there any tricks? There's not one secret or a secret trick for it. But what I can tell you right now is do not get flagged. Scam. Do not get flagged. The average length per call has to be as long as possible. I think it has to be over 15, 20 seconds. So making thousands of calls, make sure the length per call is good enough. That'll help you out a lot. Texting, make sure you got a lot of answers back, and that'll help you out. And just check your deliverability rates. Trey says, if a house that needs a heavy rehab and has a pond in the back, is there a plus or minus for the value? I put a minus on the pond. If it's a pretty pond, then sure. If it's not, then no. It's a puddle of water. Don't call it a pond. But I've seen pretty ponds, yes. But for most of the time, it depends. It depends if it works or not. Get it. Will the title company split the assignment fee when JVing a deal? Yes. To different banks, yeah. It usually be a check, so you don't have to really worry about it too much. Eric says, hey, Zach, finally started reaching out to sellers last Wednesday. Hoping to get my second property locked up today. Congrats, Eric. Just waiting on their autograph. Thank you for all you do. Eric, go out there and get it done. Put them on the phone and get that thing signed. Let's go. You got this, bro. Eric, you got this. Woo! Got it, Eric. Believe in you. Friday says, what's good, King? Hope you've been having a great day. Let's get it. Glad to know wholesaling is in debt with all the new regulations being, it ain't good. Wholesaling ain't going to be no. Wholesaling is going to be a thing. Don't be worried about it. That'd be my least concern over it. But yeah, you should be good. Don't worry about it. Isaiah says, if you need to negotiate a good seller finance deal or sub 2 deal and you are assigned the terms to an end buyer, how much of the assignment fee would he ask? Most sub 2s, you can only make about $5K, $7,500, $10K is the most I've seen from it. So that's what I'd say. Given asked what kind of banking I prefer for wholesaling. I prefer Chase. Bank of America is just if I have a problem, they're a mess with me. Chase is I know the guy at Chase. He's amazing. You always go. Granted, we have a lot of money in the bank, so we're good clients to them. So they kind of go above and beyond. Chase has never done. Bank of America has never done that. Chase always has. So I like Chase. Oil City, PA. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that market's still good, bro. Yeah. Go Franklin, Cooperstown. Yeah, you're good, man. That's see the population. Yeah, I'd still wholesale there. It's still a great market, man. What do you mean by market? Location? Yes. Kevin says, would you need a third-party inspector? Let's see here. Would you need a third-party inspector if you were a virtual wholesaling in a different state? Yes. I call them boots on the ground, or some people call them runners. I'd recommend them. They're great. You get them from Facebook groups or whatever, and just the for hire ones. They'll go out there, run it, and look at it. Get it. That's what I'd be saying right here. All righty. Can you wholesale a arm's length home? Yes. Just wait. I'm gonna make sure I know what arm's length home. Oh, an arm. Yeah. I was making sure. Yes. I think Florida. Yes. I wouldn't be sure at other states though. What do you think of the St. I think St. Louis market's great, man. Good market. Trey says in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio. Good, brah. Cincinnati, dude. Cincinnati's a great market. I love Cincinnati is a great market. Okay. I don't be Cincinnati, killer market, man. Dayton, killer market. Do both of them. Dayton's a little better, but Cincinnati is great. Your average deal is probably going to be closer to like 5, 10K, but they're still really good ones and still ones I'd be recommending. I live in Naples, Florida. Should I wholesale locally or virtually? Locally. Dylan says, have you ever heard of Versum Reach? I've heard of them. Never worth it. The data's probably not, it's not the best. It's not worth it. Lance says, what do I use to run comps? I use for free Zillow and Realtor.com, but I really use listrei.com, aka PropStream for my stuff. Again, freewholesaling.com kind of break down a little more, but yeah, that's what I use. Is it, again, as to, is it true that they're going to try to stop wholesaling? No, they ain't going to stop wholesaling. Okay. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to stop wholesaling. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Alrighty. Boom. MJJ, what's the most and least amount of money you put down EMD? Most I've ever put down is $5,000. Least was $0. Least with money is 10 bucks. Markeem, what's up? And Markeem Investments from Chicago. Do you think it's a good place to wholesale? You know, I know rules with Illinois, LOL, but is it a good market? Those guys do well in Chicago. Like, you know, like Chicago, like, shoot. What's the county? Cook County works. Little places outside of it. Can I ask here, best place to find lead and government lists? Kind of like I said before, listrei.com and government lists. Those are the ones that I'd be recommending right now. Sean says, thank you. You're the man. You could destroy Do Drying for Dollars there. I'm telling you right now, trying for dollars, you do very well in that market and doing it. You got it. Do I use whatever software? No, I don't use that guy's software, Marty. I'm getting into wholesaling and still learning. Lance, let me know what market you're in. I can see if I find any connections or someone to help you out or someone just point you to there. So let me know. Love to help. What's up, Dennis? Dennis. LLC required or recommended? I don't recommend an LLC unless you get about 2 deals done. After 2, then sure. Before that, no, I don't think it's really that worth it. It's just not worth the money it costs. If in California, it's like $800 to get an LLC. It's like something crazy. It's insane. Yeah, Lance is in. Louisiana's a great market, man. Yeah, that's a great market. Yeah, 2 deals, and then you should be fine from there. Grand Bell, what's up? Will photos and videos work as far as getting a buyer to agree on purchase? Yes, before they walk through, but they have to walk through the property. That's the point of real estate. You know, you can see, breathe, touch it, feel it, lick it, smell it, whatever you want. See houses. Underdog 19 says, what is the title company you recommend for virtual deals? Depends on your state and location. You know, that's sort of where it's going to depend on, you know. You got to make a decision from there. Kobe says, is door knocking the best way to go looking for leads to wholesale? From Canada, Kobe from Canada. What's up, Kobe? I would recommend Drying for dollars still. From Canada, I would say cold calling still for like virtual. What's the least discount you've ever given a cash buyer? Ideally, it's ARV minus 25% minus fee. I don't really do that, Luis, but have you ever wholesale a house with much less of a discount on like really bad houses? Yes. Like really rough looking properties? Yes, I have. Do I recommend it? No, but you know, it still works sometimes. So Isaiah says, in a market this warm, why would a seller be inclined to take a seller finance deal over a cash offer if someone's able to get retail with little distress? How do you pitch a seller finance deal? It's a tough one. How I pitch a seller finance deal. Yes, in this market, it doesn't make a lot of sense for a lot of. There's still sellers that they will just they don't want to deal with it, and they still want a certain price in their head, and they'll take a seller finance deal. A lot of these sellers are going to be little. Sometimes they just don't want to deal with the issues on the properties, and it's just a good. Maybe they want to avoid taxes on the sale of the property, and it works for them like that. It just depends, really. Like seller financing is an uphill battle in this market. I think when a market goes down, it makes a lot more sense. So I agree with you on that part. We pitch it as like, hey, we take payments on the property. You kind of explain payments and go from there. Most sellers aren't, so I wouldn't be dealing with that. Yeah, I no. If with the property is a little distressed, then no. Like it just sometimes we're willing to take payments, sometimes they're not. You just got to ask, and that's what we do it. Lance says, are there free sites for finding investors? Facebook groups are the best one right now. C1500BB asks here, I'm in Evansville, Indiana. Is it a good market? Yeah, man. Evansville, Indiana is a good market. Let me kind of look at some. Hold on. Let me see where that is near. I've heard about it. Suburb, right? Oh, yeah. It's on the Kentucky border. Okay. Yeah. It's off, not on Louisville, but yeah, it's a cool little niche. I've heard about South Indiana. Yeah. South Indiana, 118. You got plenty of deals there. Let's see what the ARV is there. Let's see the median price point there. While I'm doing this, Marty asks, how often should I pull government lists? As much as you can, and how big? As many government lists as you can. Let's go pull it up here. So 163 is the average price there. So that's pretty good. It's not bad. Stretch it out. Woo! I'm jacked up. All right, let's go. Woo! 163. That's not bad. Yeah, that's a good one. I do the whole county. You should do good. Moonbashare says, I have a similar question as Markeem. I'm in Illinois, DuPage County. Would double closing be allowed here? And even would it be too advanced for beginners myself? If you find a title company that'll do it, then yes. The hardest part about that is going to find the title company. Once you find a title company that's okay with it, you should be fine. Like you shouldn't really have an issue with that one. That's what I'd say. You should be fine. What is wholetailing? Wholetailing is like wholesaling, except you buy the wholesaling deal, you put like $500 in it, you put it back on the market. The theory on it, which does work, is you're not selling it to a landlord or a house flipper. You're selling to someone who's actually going to live in the property, and they work really well. It works like it's incredibly well. We do a lot of these deals. 500 to $1,000. Most wholetailing is under 3,000 or 5,000. We do 5 to 1,000. That's our definition of wholetailing, and it works pretty well for us. We're big fans of it. It works a lot, and it's absolutely amazing. That's one we can 100% recommend, and it's one I'd be going after. It's definitely a great one. Let's go. Ooh. All right. No, so our average wholesale deal is like $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000. So it works pretty well. It's definitely one I love, I recommend, and one I'd be going after. So let's see here. Trey says, what should I call real estate agents that I've seen list a fix and flip that a comp for my deal when I'm trying to get a cash buyer? Should I call real estate agents that I've seen list fix and flips? That's a comp. Yes. And ask them, explain that you're a wholesaler and you're looking for cash buyers, and explain your whole process. And I would say a good amount of these realtors are going to say no to you, or, no, I don't like wholesalers. I don't want to deal with them. But I think a good amount are going to be actually okay with it, and they want to deal with you. So these are ones that I think are amazing. Those are ones I'd be going after. These ones I'd be talking to. They're great deals. So those are definitely ones I'd be recommending. And yeah, I'd definitely be going after those. Joseph says, hey, Zach, what about Maryland market? Maryland market's interesting. Prince George's County is good. There's plenty of markets out there that work really well. But yeah, Prince George's County is good. I like Prince George's County. Other around Maryland's okay. If you hit the ARV under 300, it should work. Grant Bell, if I get a contract signed but haven't gotten a title company yet, can I wait till I get a buyer? I know they have to manage. You gotta get a title company first. They gotta manage the seller before you manage the buyer. Yeah, and they gotta get your EMD, bro. All right, see what other questions we got. Lance says, please talk about your strategy from start to finish when you find a house. Check out the replay on this, or it might be on my YouTube channel. Just go in there. Marty says, how can you determine if a deal is for a fix and flipper or a landlord? That's a great one. That's a really good question. Fix and flipper is going to be a house that a landlord cannot deal with right now. It's not even close to being good for it. That the foundation's messed up. Maybe it's fire damage. There's probably going to be more than 30. I would say the property needs more than $30,000 worth of work. And this isn't cosmetic. This is for it to even be a decent house or a livable house. I would be giving this to a flipper. Now, for a landlord, sort of one that's kind of ready, maybe it's not as updated. That's perfect for a landlord. They're probably going to make it clean up. They're going to clean up and make it good and stuff. That's sort of where I'd be recommending a little more. That's how I figure it out. Yeah. Renee says the list of utilities shut off. Do you just get them from the city clerk? I get it from the utilities department, Renee. Hopefully that helped. Central Valley, California, putting up a challenge for code violations or whatever, or water shutoffs. Let me know. I can tell you is Central Valley is great. Driving for dollars is hot right now. Central Valley in the United States has very low ARVs, so it still works really well. And they're hot lists. They're definitely ones I'd be recommending going after, and definitely ones you should be looking at. Let's see here. Ferris says, how does wholesaling work with pricing contracts? Basically, we do the same purchase and sale, except we close on the property. We pay for the closing costs. If you have a good title company, you should keep closing costs low for you. And then we put $500 to $1,000 in the house. Simple as that. And then we put it back on the market and we sell it to an end buyer. Usually they get if it's good enough, a conventional loan. If not, we'll just sell it cash. And we usually make a ton more money than if we do it with a cash buyer. Those are certain houses that are kind of ready to go. We don't need too much work for it. And for example, we got a deal that right now where we're going to wholesale it. It needs cosmetics. The house is perfect. New roof. 2-year-old roof. Beautiful house. It's stuck in the 80s, except the house, AC's newer. The roof's newer. Foundation's great. Built in I think 82. We'll wholesale that one, and we're not going to put any money. We're just going to throw it on the market. It'll do great, So that's a good one. Joseph says, thank you for all the help. Of course. No problem, Joseph. Phil says, Evansville, my ex is from there and still has a rental while her parents manage them. As far as wholesaling, As far as wholesaling, I couldn't tell you. Thanks for giving me an idea. Your ex is there, I don't have to tell you there. Yeah. If you're whatever. I'm not the relationship advice coach, okay? I'm here to talk about wholesaling real estate and real estate investing, not our relationship advice. But I don't know if that helps. That might help. That might not. I don't know. But Help with something. I don't know. Markeem says, everyone in here that's talking the time to ask questions and watch his live, you are going to be successful in this business. Keep grinding. Woo! Come on. Markeem's pumping me up. I don't know if it's up. Markeem, like an energy shot right there. I love it. I'm telling you. Let's read that one more time. I think that's a really cool one to read. I think that's when a lot of people get jacked up to see. It's like everyone here that's taking the time to ask questions and watch my live, they're the ones who are going to be successful. They're the ones going after here and asking the questions. They're the ones actually actively on here learning. Thank you. Like, thank everyone watching this, because you're actually putting the value in yourself. You're putting the investment of your time to learn this business. And I can tell you, guys, I go 2 hours every single time because I love this stuff. I eat, breathe it, man. I put 5 years of my life in this business, and I just want to give the value out. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pump it up. I'm ready to give value out today. So I'm just telling you, man. Marquine knows what's up. Marquine's been here since the beginning. I think I've seen from the comments. Like, you guys are out here asking the questions. You guys are doing the stuff to get better in this business. And I'm telling you, I appreciate, guys. You mean the world to me. And let's get, guys, let's go, man. I want to go for another 10 hours on here, man. I just love talking about wholesaling. I love helping the people out and get it going. I love talking about wholesaling theory, everything. Love it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, bro. A says, what's up? Need buyers in Richmond. Just moved to this market. I watched every live you have. Ace, did you move here just because of the top 25 virtual wholesaling list I did? Because Richmond's on there, bro. Richmond's a top market, man. I tell you, Richmond's my favorite one for wholesaling and for virtually. And Ace, did you move there just because of that? Because it's good coincidence, I guess, or maybe, but bro, it's a great market, man. It's dude, it's a great. No, okay, dang it. Hope I'd love to tell you I influenced someone to move to Richmond, but you got lucky, man. Richmond's a great market, dude. Man, you hit the lottery there. Justin, Stony, Madison, what is up? Yikes, I'm super late, but my partner, I've been masterminding all day. Hey, man. Hey, bro, you're just building your network. You're getting better, man. I got no complaints to that. Yeah, man, keep it up. Thanks for coming, dude. You're lucky I had a 2-hour live today. I'm always going 2 hours, so you got plenty of time to hop on here. Just did a couple hours of driving for dollars. Going to make some calls. Get these listings I pulled now. Get it, bro. 5 years. How long have you been doing wholesale? I've been in wholesale for 5+ years. And I've been in this business since 17. I'm 22 years old right now. Just getting started, man. And everyone's like, oh, you don't have enough experience. Guys, Patrick Mahomes won the MVP in the NFL with 2 years experience. So just remember that. You're like, oh, you have to be this much experience. And then you're like, oh, you've had too much experience. Tom Brady's almost in his mid-40s and he's winning Super Bowls. And then Patrick Mahomes won the MVP, 2 years experience. So it don't matter your experience, man. It remembers your skills. And this is athletics, so it's a little different. Wholesaling, I started really pumping things up a lot more after year 4. That's when a lot of things started changing, really when I was sitting at home a lot, you know what happened last year, everyone's sitting at home, and started changing up my mindset and started thinking about this business a lot more. And all that time thinking helped me out a lot, no way I would have put in effort in Cali without Fresno hitting your top 20. Dude, Fresno's great, man. Thank you for the marathon of information. Appreciate it, guys. Tuesday through Friday, 2-hour live streams. Again, I'm here Tuesday through Thursday. Rick Ginn, business partner, dad. We combined forces after 2 years in it. He's on here Fridays, but it's great, man. Let's see here. Let's get it. I did the ROS mailer. My first Ace got his first deal with the ROS mailer. Let's go. Woo! Awesome, bro. Love it. It's great. Kobe says, let's go. Honestly, thank you for giving us the knowledge. I appreciate it. Pulling the divorce records from the court. What's the best way to check if they own the property? Property appraiser. Ferris says, Zach, what do you reckon for a phone system for a full investor? Call rail. Let's get it. Let's get the people who watch Pumped Up play that song, brother. We'll play in the beginning of tomorrow. Let's get it going. How does wholesaling a house with a tax lien work? Basically, it's the price we get minus the tax lien, minus the mortgage. That's their equity. That's what they get in the deal. Kyle says, I have tried learning wholesaling, but the market seems super hard to work with. Still trying to close. Kyle, let me know what market you're in. Love the value extension. These lives are literally solidifying better lives for the people who come here to truly learn and apply and reach for beyond the sky. Let's go. Thanks, Justin. Stony, what's up, Zach? How good is the Jacksonville, Florida market, bro? Manifested flips. Jacksonville's amazing, guys. I can tell you right now, it's a great market. Get it going. Hit the city courthouse tomorrow, Renee. Thank you. And that's it. So, guys, that's it, guys. Go to freewholesaling.com. That's where everything I have is on there. It's on freewholesaling.com, guys. Check it out. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed one, and hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. I appreciate it.